need a business. We were both super busy when a friend shared it with me personally. And then I drugged my husband to get some more information, and we'd been business owners in the past. I used to be a teacher, but prior to that, both of us, before him becoming a police officer, we owned our own traditional business, and we had to close it because of the trappings and cost of traditional businesses. And I feel so bad for the small business owners right now with everything they're going through, right? But what's beautiful about this industry is that we are an online platform. And so we're going to get into that with the share in a second. But before we do, I do want to show you guys my husband's picture, because he's the one that when we took a look at this, he said, Vic, you know what? I think we need to do this. And I'm like, really? Skincare? And back then, that was 8 years ago. It's my 8-year anniversary, you guys, today with the company. I started fear and trembling. I didn't want to do it, but my husband said, John said, you know what? I think we should do this. So I'm like, okay, let's give it a go. And it's been the best decision we've ever made. But really, it was the fact that he said, Vic, nobody wants to look their age, men or women. We only had the night cream back then, so not all the things you just heard Sherry talk about. And then he said, and the company's still in the growth mode of going global. You know, you heard her talk about the 12 countries. We're in, they're adding countries all the time, but you are still at the beginning of this global expansion. And that was like his second #1 reason to get started. And the third was that we have these proprietary ingredients, these patented ingredients that have a barrier of entry so that they just can't be knocked off. Because as a police officer, he's dealt with patent infringement issues all the time. You can have patented products, but you need patented products that have a barrier of entry. And we could talk about that later. But basically, he said, we're in, so we jumped in, and I earned my car. You can earn a free Lexus with this company. I earned that within the first 3 months, doing nothing on social media, and the rest is history. Now we've replaced his police officer income. That's why he retired. And now we're helping others do that if they want to. If they love their job, great. This can be done alongside a busy job. But let's show you guys John's Prolux photos. Okay. And this was the other thing. Okay, I do have to throw this in. This is one more thing. When we were looking at this, and I thought, I don't want to do facials. Well, we don't do facials, just so you know. But my mind thought that that's what we did. And I go, why can't they invent something for balding? You know, if this were a product for growing hair and, just making thinner hair thicker, we'd all be billionaires. And so now fast forward, holy smokes. And to hear what Kelly just shared, you guys, and her knowledge and expertise and how these products are amazing. And I didn't know, by the way, Kelly, about the plant-based protein being better than animal. I learned something new. That's huge. That's really huge. But let's look at his photos. Enough to do. Okay. So we didn't think it was working, you guys. Okay, so this is his before, and excuse my printer slapped some ink on there, but that was his before. He's not very gray here, right? But the sides, you could really see it. And look at his afters, it's way less. And he's using all 4 products, but he was even just very sparingly using the serum. And the serum really, from what I've heard, is the secret sauce. So now you better believe he's like put it on twice a day like he's supposed to, because he's so excited about this. But even still using it sparingly since November, it's working. So we can start the share again, and I'll try to go quicker, but I'm all about stories instead of just the facts, ma'am, right? It's really, that's what hits it home for most people. So in this industry, and there's not many slides left, guys, so bear with us, we're almost done. But in this industry, look how big it is. A $4.2 trillion space in just health and wellness category. And beauty is almost $1 trillion in itself. So add that, that's not even listed on there. We're into close to a $5 trillion space. And that's what was huge that John saw way back then. He saw that category and that space. And so that's what you want to be a part of. Whether you're into skincare or wellness, it doesn't matter, right? But you need to be in it because that's where people buy over and over and over and over again. And that figure right there, 45% of US workers will have a side gig by 2020. That was the statistic. Well, guess what? Since COVID, it's skyrocketed. Everybody's realizing I need some type of home-based business in case this happens again, to protect myself and just in general. So we'll move on to the next slide where it says, Neora cuts through the clutter. What I love about this, and John, my husband, usually does the presentation on this part, because he always says that we have taken the best of best products on the market today, and we are taking it direct to market. So we're direct to consumer, but we're using, if you look there, TV, radio, magazine, influencers, we don't do the ads. We didn't pay for those like Sherry mentioned. It was just editorials. But influencers on social media, you can be an influencer. You can share the products to the market. And that's what we're doing. We're utilizing the success of social media and not paying for ads. And instead, we're making an incredible income because of it. So business is evolving is the next one. And, we don't even need to talk about this. You guys know this. Nobody's there are no rental stores anymore. Our kids were just talking about that. Our daughter's 30, our son's going to be 29. And we were just saying, remember we used to go to Blockbuster and pick our movies out together as a family on a Friday night? Well, you don't do that anymore. It's just Netflix. So the way we do business has evolved. But the beautiful thing about Neora is we launched our company with this platform. And so we've just turned up the volume. We know what we're doing. We've just gotten better and better at it during this crazy time. And then the next slide, Neora leverages the power of e-commerce and social media. That's kind of what I talked about. So you're taking the e-commerce platform, which Neora is. People order on your website from any country that we're in. I've got business, I'm sure Kelly and Sherry do too, in Europe, in Canada, in Korea, in Japan, in Australia. They order on my website. It knows the country when they go there, when they go online. It's geotagged basically, and their country denomination, they pay in their currency, but we get paid in American dollars here in the US. It's amazing. So we have that e-commerce platform. You take the relationships that you have with friends and even acquaintances on social media. That's the circle that makes the huge difference. That's you are building relationships with people because people are skeptical. They don't believe products work. We see so many ads for beauty products, right? And we go, actor, fake, Photoshop, airbrush. I know, because I do it too. I wake up in the middle of the night and I see those and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so obvious it's airbrush or it's Photoshop. Where these are actually real people using our products. So your friends trust you. And they will, if you post a picture, they're going to go, does that really work? Right? And you're going to say, yes, that's why I joined. These products are amazing. And so that's the huge circle that everybody needs to understand, that this is all about relationships, and people will buy from people they know, like, and trust. So on to the next one. Again, we're almost done. So you can get started for any of these packs that you see here. So if you were watching all the information at the beginning with Sherry about the products, and you heard about ProLux and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to try so many of these, I honestly tell people, get the $1,000 pack. And it's not because we're trying to upsell you, have you pay more. Absolutely not. What I will tell you is, with the traditional business, John and I started ours for $75,000 at least. That's what we remember, what we dumped into it when we first started. And that was back in 86, 87. So imagine starting a traditional business now. This is a drop in the bucket. And you've got a global website that you're not having to create. The company's absorbing the credit card fees. You're not paying any of that. They are doing all the shipping. If anybody returns anything, which we have like a less than 0.5% return rate. Nobody returns things, but even if they do, the company handles that. It's an incredible model that if you've ever owned a business, I really encourage you to check this out. So for 1,000, that's what we did. I tell you what I did. So we did the 1,000. I knew as a business owner, I need product to share with people, to use myself, all that good stuff. I grew faster because of it. I made my investment back in my first 30 days. I'm sure Kelly and Sherry did too. But if that's too much, then the second best, probably the most popular option, is the 750. It's got almost as many products, 23 products, and it's got enough for a whole family, people to use, for you to sample. But if that's still a bit much, the $500 pack would be the way to go, or for the business. Or you could actually, if you're just loving all the products and thinking, I just want a deal on the products, this is the best deal. The $500 pack, all of them actually are the best deal. The 1,000 is the very, very best if you figure out the money. But if that's in your price range and you want at least almost one of each and every one of the products, get the $500 pack, and then your business is off and running. You've got the website. You guys see that. You have the option to get your product for free. As business owners, you get that, where when we just have 3 customers, our personal product is free. And again, we never had that in our traditional business. We had to buy the products, from our vendors. So the next slide is we get paid, and it's something like 14 different ways. You don't need to get caught up in that, but we get paid so many different ways. So that's what this slide is all about. One of them is that we get free samples. Again, our traditional business, we had to pay for any sample that we were going to give somebody, but the company gives us free samples. We actually have the 3 Are Free program that I just talked about, the multiple ways to earn, and when you see weekly and monthly, they were paid every Wednesday and every 15th of the month. So cha-ching, yesterday we got our big monthly check from May yesterday. So basically you're paid 5 days a week. And I have to say, during this COVID crazy time, that's been really nice. I know, Kelly, I'm sure for you, when you weren't allowed to work, has been fantastic. It's saved so many people. I see her nodding her head. Incentive trips and so much more. That's included there too. We're all earning this amazing trip to Puerto Vallarta coming up to this 5-star resort. So incredible. And then the next slide, I won't delay on here too long. Just know we have a plan in place, because a lot of people are like, well, how do I earn my money back? This is to show you we have a plan where you can earn $700 to actually $1,000 a month every month. And so you'll earn your investment back, and then you'll be in profit mode with your residual income every single month. Just know there's a plan for that. And then the next slide is amazing. It's showing more of the rewards, the car that I talked about, the trips, most of them the trips. And actually in the middle photo with the flags where it's out on the water, we're in that picture. And Kelly and Sherry, we're all together in the big one on the bottom right. So that can be you guys with us. How many of you would love to take a free vacation, spoil your spouse? That was me. I was motivated by travel. I love to travel. And I thought, well, gosh, I don't really care about how much money I make when I started. I want to take my husband on this all expense paid trip and make him proud of me. Honestly, that was my driving force. So if that's you, it's there for you too. So the final slide really talks about the 2 options. And I always say A, B, or C. C is see you later. I think you guys are crazy. I want nothing to do with it. And that's fine, right? You might be thinking that. I don't think you are. I think you know that these businesses are incredible. They make sense. I don't think that's you to see you later. But if it is, no worries. B is become a brand partner. I'm sorry, become a customer, sorry. Because to me, that's the second best option. Our products are incredible. You're gonna love all the results. And I swear by EHT also. I heard you guys talk about that. I had a concussion recently and it changed my entire life. I fell down a flight of stairs. So being a customer is the second best, but it could be that you're an A. An A to me is you're interested in the business, you're a type A personality. No, that's not why, but maybe you're thinking I could use a little extra income every month to pay the cell bill, to pay that, whatever it is. So we're not here to talk you into anything, just give you options. A friend of mine always says, we're not here to take your credit card. We're truly here to change your life if you're open to that. So thank you so much, Kelly and Sherry. It's been a pleasure. I'll turn it back to you guys. Thanks.
Oh my gosh, Vikki, thank you. Oh
my gosh.
You're such a love bug, and we just so appreciate it. I know that you did this out of the goodness of your heart again, and thank you. And again, we'll see you in Puerto Vallarta, and we were in that big picture. And you know that Kelly and I always send the husbands down to stand on the beach. That's why we're always in the front, because we make them go. And they stand.
Do that. I need to do that.
Look them up together.
Yeah.
Always at the meeting. Yeah, we're like, get down there. Find out where it is and go stand there.
We didn't have them next to us because we just.
Vikki was important. Actually, in Puerto Vallarta, Vikki was right behind me because I remember her saying, "Oh my God!" I said, "My head is itching. It's hurting so bad from the sun. Like it's sunburned." She goes, "I know." She goes, "Mine too. I just had the color done, and it's like our heads were on fire." I totally remember that. You were behind, right there.
So,
yeah, thank you so much. I mean, my gosh, it means the world to us that you
Really
help us, and I just think the world of you anyway. Like besides all this part, like I think you're just the coolest. So
I love you guys too. Seriously.
So thank you so much for helping us. So I guess now, if anybody has any questions, is there anything that we can do or answer for the next few minutes? We can open it up. No. Don't all yell at once.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Bruce.
It's Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Okay. Well, gosh.
Thank you all for joining us again. We'll see you next Tuesday. We have another special guest star next week.
We do.
It's going to be
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for coming. It's good to see everyone. Hi, Deanna. Hi. Oh my gosh. Destry, remember Deanna from high school? I don't know where Destry went. She's frozen. Oh, well, anyway. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.